Good morning, colleagues. Welcome back to Friday 5 in 5. Some technical issues this morning with the audio, so I'm going to have to re-record the whole thing. Such is life. I'm just, excuse me, I'm actually going to hijack the whole 5 in 5 just to talk about one thing, and that is something called DARTs, Directed Activities Related to Text. Whole bunch of research out there in terms of choosing a particular activity for learners to show that they've comprehended some text. That text could be anything. It could be, let's say, if it's a historical event, you would design an activity, probably ask the students to draw a timeline. If it was photosynthesis, you may actually ask them to draw a diagram showing a cycle of events. A gap fill exercise, some kind of synthesizing, lots and lots of different activities that are designed specifically to assess or to find out whether or not a student has understood any text that they have read. And they're called DARTs. Now, the great thing about it is that you can use AI to, or with its vast knowledge of the research on DARTs, to read the text for you if it's a PDF document, and then suggest a activity related to that particular text. So I'm going to show you how I do that when I'm planning my lessons. So here I've got a Firefly page, and on the Firefly page I've just got the PDF document. So I've opened up the PDF document within the browser using Edge, and I'm going to launch Copilot. And when you launch Copilot, you'll see I'm on balance. So I'm just going to go more creative with this ChatGPT 4 in the background. And there's this button here, which is use microphone. I don't type anymore. I just tend to click on a microphone and talk to it, because it's more of a conversation when you're prompting and refining the output that is coming from it. And it's faster to do it than it is to type. And when you're doing that process, if you're confident enough, you can actually do that in the classroom in front of the students, so that you are modeling the ways in which you are interacting with the AI, because they will be absorbing that and then using those skills that you've developed to be able to support their own learning as well. So I'm going to ask it a question, and then we'll see how we go. Are you familiar with DARTs activities, directed activities related to text? Click submit. Now, because I spoke to it, it's actually going to speak back to me, but in the headphones. You won't be able to. So I'm just going to stop there, because as it's talking to me and I talk at the same time, then the audio gets all stuttery, which is what the problem was with the video before. So now I'm going to ask it. I know it's familiar with darts. I'm just going to ask it to do a darts activity for me. Now, I know that this one would be a good gap fill exercise. So I could just ask it to actually suggest an activity for me, but I'm just going to bypass that in the interest of time. Can you give me a gap fill exercise based upon this web page? I would like to ask 10 questions, and I want you to put the questions in one column of a table with a space where the answer is, and then the answers in the second column. Let's submit, and let's see if it can weave its magic and give me that table so that I can then copy the table and put it into a loop component, and then the students can answer it. Here we go. Look. So I'm going to click stop responding there. So it's put it into a table. I didn't let it finish those 10 questions, but when they finish, then you get a copy button, and away you go. So I would actually refine this a little bit, and that I would, rather than the questions, I would actually ask it to make statements and then fill out the statements very quickly. Let's try and do that. Can you do the same? But I don't want the questions. I want them to be statements with a gap where the answer should be. Okay. Now I would ask it probably to put those statements in one column of a table and the answers in another. Copy, paste, done. Okay, I hope that's less than 5 minutes or around 5 minutes. Take care, everybody. Bye bye.